Hello and welcome to this demonstration of Media Quality-Aware Resilience and Cross-Regional Failover for live streaming. My name is Krista Whitehorn and I'm a Solutions Architect here at AWS specialising in our media services. So let's first explain what we're seeing here on screen. This is a visual representation of the architecture that we're going to be talking about today. On the left-hand side, we have content that's being created on-premise and being delivered into our cloud infrastructure via Media Live Anywhere. We're actually delivering into two regions in this case. Our primary region is running a dual encode pipeline, and our secondary region is running just a single pipeline. We'll get into a little bit more detail about that in a moment. On the right-hand side, we have CloudFront, and that is able to deliver content from either of our two media package origins, which are both configured within an origin group within our CDN. Before we look at our cross-region failover, let's first take a look at what's happening within our primary region. The two smaller player windows represent the output from each of our encoding pipelines. The player on the right-hand side is the output from our media package origin. You can see that we're displaying the media quality confidence scores, or the MQCS scores, from each of our pipelines. This is a value from 0 to 100, which Media Live is calculating and inserting into the headers of each segment it delivers to media package. We're currently delivering content from our primary path A. Media package allows you to configure a preferred input if you wish. This is an optional configuration. I have set this with a preference for input 1. What that means is it will deliver content from its first input, in this case our encode path A, unless encode path B has a higher video quality MQCS quality score. If I degrade the video quality of our primary input, we will see these quality scores begin to drop. We'll also see the video freeze on that primary input as I've started to insert frozen frames. And we'll also see that Media Package detects this difference in input and switches to the alternate path. So let's zoom back out again. You'll see we're also reading the MQS headers from the output of both origins. CloudFront can use this as a mechanism to determine which origin to use. It does this by making a GET request to the primary origin within the origin group, and then a HEAD request to the secondary origin. You'll notice I'm also displaying the HTTP response codes for requests to each origin. I have configured my primary media package to respond with 404 errors if content to its inputs becomes stale. In other words, if it doesn't have content to serve, it will return 404 error messages to requests. This allows CloudFront to quickly respond and begin redirecting requests to the secondary origin. We can display this by pausing our Media Live pipelines. So again, we've returned back to our primary A path. I will pause that and we will first of all see media package within the primary region switches over to its alternate path. Now I'm going to pause the path B as well. In this case, I'm effectively taking our primary region offline. We'll see media package start returning 404 errors, and we will see CloudFront is now serving content from our secondary origin. Let's recover both of these pipelines. So now we have recovered our primary region again. The last thing I want to show is that CloudFront, as well as responding to 404 errors, will also use the quality scores as a way of deciding which origin to serve content from. So I've now started inserting frozen frames again into our primary path A, and I'm inserting black frames into our primary path B. You should see that our quality scores for each of those paths are beginning to drop. You should also see that the scores for each is slightly different for each of those video situations, frozen versus black. And you will also see that CloudFront is now serving content again from the secondary region. We have now seen how we can use a combination of input switching from the origin and origin selection at the CDN to automatically detect and recover from various types of upstream errors. Thank you for watching.